beans hauled in here this morning. Just letting the truck warm up for a little bit here. Had it run for about 5 to 10 minutes, so be taking off here. But got the trailer loaded. This is all off of this 18 acres. We'll see how much we have on there to figure out the exact yield, but figuring it should do around 60 bushels the acre, so that's a lot better than we were expecting. But we'll get these hauled in here and see what we got. Gotta haul through town here, so it's not the funnest at this time of the morning because school's going on, so gonna have a little bit of traffic, I think, but we'll get through her. corn out in the field though, because everybody's corn's pretty wet, so it's taking up forever to dry. But our corn, it is finally starting to get drier. It's right around 20% now, and we like it to be under 20, because then you can usually run the dryer on continuous flow, and then it dries it. It's just a lot faster drying it then, but we're hoping the next stuff's drier, because this is our longest day corn. I think it was like 111 or 12 day corn, so it takes a little while for that stuff to dry down, but it is yielding a lot better than if you plant, say, like 90 something day corn. But downside is it is usually wetter, but we're hoping the next stuff here will be a little bit drier. That way we can just run it right through the dryer. On cool mornings like this, you can see all the farmers that are drying the corn, because their dryers are sure steaming. Farmers are sure hitting it hard now since we got nice weather now. A lot of guys are just finishing up with their beans. Done with our beans now, because now the rain don't really bother the corn too much. You can mud it out a little easier than beans, because with beans and mud, when you mud it up, and if you take an hour to 35-foot platform, if you take 35 foot, then your next mass is only like 20 or 15 foot, whatever, your platform hangs over, and you get into the muddy ruts that you made, and you scoop up all the mud, and it makes for a mess. And corn, you usually pick 8 or 12 rows, whatever you got, and then the next mass, even if you have say 4 rows left, you can pick the head up and still get the ears usually, because the ears are up higher. But beans, you tend to run the head right on the ground, because beans will pot all the way to the bottom of the stalk, or the stem, whatever. And corn's usually off the ground a good 3-4 foot, but unless you have down corn. But other than that, corn's a lot easier to pick in the mud than trying to cut beans. Roads are pretty busy this morning for some odd reason. Friday morning. I think it's about 7:30ish. Everybody should be at work by now, but a couple guys got their cover crop of rye or whatever they're gonna put on, and it's looking really good right now. Our wheat looks pretty good so far. It's got a couple drowned out spots. But for the most part, for the year anyways, we'll take it. Garbage truck, he ain't even doing the speed limit. surprised us how good they're doing, because we don't know where they got the moisture, because we didn't hardly get any rain through the summer when it needed it anyways. Elevator now, so we ain't about a minute out is all we are. Hopefully it's not too busy this morning, which I got beans, and usually we can go around the line because it'll be wet corn. They got well, sometimes they'll have 3 pits dumping, and if it's 3 pits, it's usually 1 dry corn, 1 wet corn, and then beans. And beans, you usually just go around the line because it's not usually too big of a line for beans. But we'll figure out once we get there. It don't look too busy right now. Like this, everybody's trying to get all their loads dumped from the night before so they can get going in the morning. Beans look fantastic. Now they got the train in here, so they must have been pretty full here. Big line here. Oh, they're backed up all the way on the other side now. Get the tarp off here and see what we got to do. Well, we got the okay to cut through line here, so we're gonna go on and do that. Everybody's got wet corn or something else, so we're gonna just cut through line here. Got enough room here, and kind of backed up the way they do this. railroad tracks to the right there, and go down there, and you dump back in there. They got a pit now, and number 2 here where we're going, that's where they take the beans at. So we'll get dumped here and then go back around and get weighed out, and then we'll be heading on home. Different setup around here. Now we just gotta pull off to the side here, take our sample in for them, and then grab my ticket, and then we'll be on our way. So went and picked up the bean head, got it home. Gonna go take it out into the field behind the farm here so we can get it out of the way. Then we'll get it cleaned up later here. But my uncle, he mowed some hay yesterday, about 30 acres. My brother's going to go tedder that this morning here. And now my brother, or my uncle, is going to go mow some more hay. I think it's about I think around 15-20 acres, something like that, and we're just gonna round bale that stuff because it's got a bunch of weeds in it. But the stuff he mowed yesterday, some really nice stuff, which is third cutting, and we're gonna try small square baling it, but he said it's way heavier than the second cut was, so hopefully we can get it to dry out. If not, we're gonna have to round bale it too, unfortunately. But hopefully we can get it dry, that way we can small square bale it, because we need the small square bales because we are awfully short this year on them. But we'll see how the next few days go here. It's got nice complete sunny days, which is good, so hopefully we can get it dry. But gonna put this head over by these silage wagons here, which they need cleaned up too, but need to have time to do it, but we'll get them eventually. But gonna put the bean head over here. My dad's grabbing a couple them 2 red 30-foot wagons we got, get them out of the side yard. My uncle's gonna mow that too, and then we're gonna drop all this stuff, and then we're gonna go pick some corn. We got all these done now, so we're over on the other side of the pasture here. my dad's gonna help me open up the field because I got a couple end rows to pick off, so he's gonna run auger wagon for me for a little bit, and then he's gonna go do some ripping. Gonna try getting some tillage done anyways, so we can hopefully get this ground to dry out some, because it's pretty wet right now, but hopefully we can get that ripped. And then my dad will be doing that, so then I'll be by myself picking and hauling, which it won't take too long because we got the semi and grain truck, so it won't take long. But we'll just get this unhooked here now, and then we'll go pick. November 11th. It's a Saturday, and this morning we were fixing the round baler, changing all the chains on it, and we ordered all new ones for it because they were all about shot. And of course they didn't give us all of them, which is pretty typical anymore, because we order a bunch of stuff and they get us half of it or 3/4, and they always miss something. So wasn't really surprised by it, but we put all the chains on that they gave us, and we're just gonna have to run it the way it is now. But my uncle's got to go round bale a bunch of bean stubble for that beef guy that we take a bunch of the round bales to. So I gotta haul the round baler down there for him, and tractor. So I'm in the Mack and gonna get this hopper bottom emptied, switch trailers, and then take that down there to him so he can round bale that. I think he's got like 135 acres or something like that to round bale. So we're gonna get him moved down there, have him get started on that, and then today my dad's probably gonna do some more ripping, and I got this corn to hopefully try getting some more picked here. I got the combine full too, but that truck's emptied, and then the auger wagon's down at the far end is still full. But these are the short rows, and then where them trees are, there's a house there, and then there's another house on the other side of it. So you got 2 short rows on this side of the house, and then you go on the other side, there's short rows, but then these are a little bit longer. But so gotta do quite a bit of opening up and stuff like that. So it'll take me a little while, but I gotta get him hauled down there, and then I'll probably start picking. So we'll get home, get this trailer unloaded, and then go get the low boy. 130 something acres, I think, so it'll take him a little while. But got the low boy dropped off. Gonna pick up or hook back up to this, and then we'll go start picking some more corn. Well, we're back out here picking corn. Already picked one hopper full, and then I got had the other hopper from the night before. The semi is almost full. I can put one more hopper in there anyways, and the grain truck is still empty, but the auger wagon's still full. But we'll mess with that later, because I want to get these long rounds picked off, and then I want to pick off the end rows and stuff, so I'll take the auger wagon back and get it emptied out. But so far everything's going good, not having any problems with anything as of right now, which is good. Corn, it's still running around that 20%, which is pretty good. It dips down below 20 every once in a while, like right now it's 19.8, so pretty good. Corn right in here looks pretty terrible, but on the monitor it's right around 200, 195, 180, something around in there, so nothing horrible, but had better spots. But for this year, still doing pretty good. Got down to 165, so it's pretty good for the year anyways. But we'll just keep picking here. I kind of skipping around here just for the fact that I can't make a round in this stuff because it filled up the hopper. But I'll got a couple short passes over there where I pick down, and then I come back, and wherever it's full I just back out and then go dump it, because I don't have anybody to run auger wagon for me right now. But I'm keeping up with the dryer, so that's the main thing. It's just a little bit extra work, but it ain't bad. So we're just gonna keep picking here and see if we can get this done tonight. I don't think we will, or I'm hoping not. I'm hoping we'll get full at home with the the grain bin, because it's almost full. I think it's down be about a ring and a half by now. So I think my uncle said about every ring's roughly 5,000 bushel. So we should be able to fill it up, I'm hoping, because it means we got a lot of corn. So, but we'll just keep going here and see what we can get done. About a quarter mile down the road, so we'll be all right. Well, I'm in the 7120 and auger wagon now. My uncle, he's back. He's running truck for me now. He didn't round bale anything because nobody ever showed up to show him where to round bale, so he just came back, and he's gonna run truck for me now, which not too sure how many loads we can put in the holding bin, because only had the semi and grain truck in there this morning before I left, and that's been quite a few hours ago now. But he's almost done we're dumping right over there, so if we could honestly just cut through here, we'd be right there, but this is all pasture, so can't do that. But all we've got to do is right over there and head down the road and you're to the farm, so it's nothing major. But combine is full, the semi's full, and auger wagon's full here, so I just gotta wait for him to get back over here, and I can dump this auger wagon. And then I got one round here to do, and that's it of these long rounds. And then this house here, then it's got the short rounds, and then there's that other house. So then you got the 2 short rounds, this round, or end rows there, and then you got rows on the other side of that house. So we're getting there. This corn kind of comes and goes where it's good and bad at, but for the most part it's pretty good. So I still think we should be able to fill the grain bin with all this, because I think there's on the combine monitor it's around 32 or 34,000 bushel, and that with we got the one holding bin, or one grain bin full that holds like 3,000 bushel or something like that. So we still got all this corn up through here, so should be quite a bit still left out here, but we'll see. So I'm just gonna head to the other end and wait for my uncle, and then we'll fill him up, and then we'll keep picking. Got the auger wagon unloaded here, now just gonna fill her back up. And then we'll finish picking off these. There's 8 rows here, or 16 rows. So I'll go down, and then I can't quite make it back, and then we'll dump into this again, and then finish that off, and then we'll take this down to the end. And my uncle should be back by then, because he's right over there. He's about halfway done, it looks like. So we'll get that dumped in there, that way this auger wagon's empty, and then we'll do the end rows on that side of the house here. We'll get that done because we'll have this thing empty, so I'll just put it here, pick that stuff off, and then we'll be back into well, they're not quite long rounds, because these you're back probably a good 200 foot there, but I'm hoping to be able to make a round in that stuff. Even if it is good corn, I should be able to make a round down and back, because this stuff here, I was coming up probably about that much short of getting to the end. So if you double that, I should be able to have enough. So we'll get this unloaded, which it's almost emptied here. We'll get this unloaded, and then we'll start picking this. I got these picked off. Now I just got the end rows there to do, but combine still got some in it, and auger wagon's full here. My uncle just showed up with the truck, so we'll get this emptied. Then I gotta talk to him, see how much more we need. I think it's around 5-ish, I think, and gotta see how much more the holding bin needs, because we gotta usually around 8:30. If it's full, it'll run all night long, and there'll still be about a ring left in there in the morning. So we like to keep it full around that time, just to make sure we got enough to run all night long. But we'll just get up there, he's parked there, we'll get this unloaded and keep picking. So my uncle got the grain truck unloaded, so I can go pick another load here, but the holding bin's full at home, the semi's full, the auger wagon's full, and now I got one dump in the grain truck. But I got it's about 2 acres to do, so hopefully can get all that picked here. Shouldn't take long at all. But I got 2 end rows to open up, and then short run, so it's gonna take longer than just picking regular 2 acres. But gonna get that done here tonight. Then everything should be full minus the combine, and then we'll move on to the next field tomorrow. But want to get this all done tonight, that way this is done, and then we can just focus on moving tomorrow, getting that all going. So we just gotta get on the other side. You can't see it, but there's a house right there, and we'll get on the other side of that and start picking. Well, this ain't good. Snap the chain on there's a chain underneath here that runs this auger here, and problem is the house that's here, my dad overplanted some corn, and we don't have one of those fancy planters where it shuts off the rows when you overplant or nothing like that. So we had 2 rows that were pretty close, so I was taking 2 rows in on that end. I think the end 2 rows were taken in 2 rows, well, 4 rows at a time there, instead of just 1 each, so it was taken in 2 each, and it had too much material coming in while it got underneath the auger apparently, and was too much for it, and snapped the chain. We've snapped them before, and so I gotta go home and see if we have that size chain. If not, gotta order it, and hopefully, which today's of course Saturday, tomorrow's Sunday, so no one will be open, but maybe Tractor Supply or some store like that hopefully has one, and get that changed, because I snapped the it had a half link in there, and it just snapped that. So I think we might be able to get away with it if we have another half link, but I don't know what kind of chain we even have at home, but we'll see what we got. I'll take this off. It's kind of a pain to get to, because they put it up underneath that's your drive shaft comes in there, and then there's a gearbox on the end of that, and then you have your slip clutch and everything underneath there, and there's a chain that comes up to run the auger, and it's in between 2 things, and it's not very fun at all to change. And of course now with all this corn material in here, it's really gonna be fun. So hopefully I can get the chain at least out, and then be able to see if we have that size chain. My dad might know what kind of chain it is, because we've replaced these quite often. But we'll get this combine dump. Grain truck's right there. I got the 3/4 of a hopper here, so we'll get this unloaded and see if we can get that chain off, and then head for home.